allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you.
I just saw him go down the hall.
No, I'm sure he saw us. All right, well, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. We'll start with a roll call.
Supervisor Alberico.
I'm here.
Michael Lewandowski.
Here.
Barb Boyce.
Here.
Debbie Mason.
Here.
Dean Morelli.
Here.
And myself is our present, and got Jessica over there.
Jessica, let the minutes indicate that we have Chris Piazza here from 13 Construction and Beth Gonzalez from PACE. All right, the reason we have this workshop, we want to do two things tonight. We want to look at the PACE bus, which is parked outside. So I would suggest, unless there's questions first, does there anybody have any questions about the agreement, how this is going to work for Beth? Beth has all the answers how this is going to work. So
They don't have the answer.
better
I get
answers
the
than I
answers.
have.
My thing is, Ron, I know, Gary at our last meeting talked about, there's a lot involved as far as paperwork and stuff.
Right.
I don't know if she can explain like what they require from us as far as paperwork per month. If that's, I know there's a monthly report we
There's
need
some
to hand in.
reports that need to be done.
Sure.
The final phase of the application process is to have the drivers go for training, along with probably Michelle to go for training, and then they go over the paperwork. What happens, how do you handle an accident, what happens with things like that, and they go through the whole process with them. The paperwork is not horrendous. There's going to be some ridership reports because we're going to want to know how many people, and we have to report to the feds on how the vehicles are being used. So we're going to ask for ridership reports, mileage reports, things along that line.
How about drug testing? I know that was part
The
of it.
drivers have to do drug testing and
Is it random,
physicals.
or is it,
They go into the PACE pool for random drug testing. To give you an idea of how big that pool is, there's probably 800 vans on the road, plus PACE employees. I'm in the pool. I've been there 8 years. I haven't been randomly tested, but then somebody else might have gone twice. So it's a big pool of people. It makes it not necessarily as frequent. However, if there is an accident or something like that, then that's
mandatory?
that's something that would come up to the top for testing.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Am I allowed to? Okay, so random testing, but for new hires, is it mandatory to get tested first? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They do have to go through the testing. There's the drug testing, the physical, and then the background check. I believe
Then
PACE
you go
does
into
the
the random
background
pool.
check.
Yeah.
You do the background check, we do the driving background check.
Okay. I believe I signed the paperwork today for the background check.
Okay.
Ron, and Torma is still covered. Our Torma insurance is covered. And then that's home other insurance in addition to theirs, or is it,
Well, they're not. how's
the drivers aren't
insurance work on
insured
your
under
side?
you?
The vehicles are insured through us, and Mary Donner has the details more explicit on the insurance. You do have to have some insurance,
we have
some
insurance.
liability insurance
Right.
to cover it. And there's some of our insurance too.
Right. Anybody else have any questions about the bus, or we take a walk?
Sounds like, really. It's just, yeah, I would have waited down there.
I did everything I could do to
Get your
possibly
wheelchair.
to get the bus up here, but for the van up here, but I
Couldn't
couldn't
put
do
it in the
it.
elevator.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't we do that? You wanna,
Yeah, can we just?
why don't we look at the prints and then on our way out, but then I guess we can close the meeting down there. Can we do that? Okay, how's that with the recording and all that?
Take
Should have
one
brought
for-
that recorder.
Well, John can always just excuse himself when he come back here.
That's
Yeah.
I
true.
mean, he doesn't have to come all the way back
Okay, I
out.
would do that. All right. So are there any more questions about the PACE and the contract? How this? Basically, I really wanted you to see the van. And the thing is, We have the wrong van here, though, I understand. It's gonna be the same size, basically. That's the one we have. This one has the lift off the back. The ones we're gonna get has the lift off the sides. It's a ramp.
A ramp instead of a lift.
Yeah, a ramp instead of a lift.
Yeah. So it won't be, it won't have that top component either, so it won't be,
It's
that's
tall.
where the mechanics are in the van.
Okay, we'll explain that when we get down there and how they're dealing with it. But I guess I wanted to make sure that he's all understood the reason we're gonna try vans instead of buses right now is, our drivers are doing everything they can do to make it comfortable for our seniors, pulling into their driveways, pulling into really short or smaller parking lots. And there's been some issues with those bigger buses, bumping into things, hitting things.
Especially in the wintertime.
In the wintertime, backing out of driveways. So I
What are you gonna do with the two buses you got?
right now, we're gonna either trade one in, or trade them both in and buy a brand new bus. So like, we do have to have a backup system, and that'll be our backup. We'll have one bus and two vans.
So will you go with the same company that you did before if you're gonna trade them in? Is it?
Well, no, we will go to bid, you know,
Surplus, right?
and surplus them. I haven't investigated quite yet as to which direction we're gonna go.
There's Pace, you don't need a minimum ridership, do you, or what's your?
There's, the goal of the program is for the vans to get used. So for a month, we like to see 400 trips. Now a trip, if we were all in a van together, each one of us would be a separate trip.
Right.
And that would be one way, so coming back would be a second one.
Right.
So we like to see 400 trips a month. If we see that the vans aren't moving, if you guys are just kind of storing it and using it once a week, then van pool will probably be in touch with you to say, hey, you've got the van, but you're not using it.
So you have in the contract, you can cancel the contract, or what's the deal?
You can't,
No, you-
we don't operate that way. We're a public agency, we're not out to get anybody or anything like that, but each vehicle is assigned a van pool rep, and the van pool rep would talk to you about it and say, look, you know, what's going on, and we do everything on our end we can to help you to do what you can with it.
Is that 400 like per bus or?
It's per bus.
Per bus, okay.
Yeah, and if you do 300, it's not like we're gonna
Right.
zap you. We're not, we
What if
don't
you
operate
do, what
that
if,
way.
what if they do 100?
If we see that happening on a vehicle, your van pool rep will contact you and say, hey,
Just to give you guys a little idea where we're at, last year, 15th year, we've been doing it, let's say around September. This only goes up to January of last year. September, we had 706. October, we had 715. November, we had 585. December, we had 671. We're averaging about, 7,000, over 7,000 passengers a year. So I think
and
we're
that's
going
what
to
we
be
want
way.
to see. We went through the ridership reports
Yeah.
of what you did last year before when we were going through the process to see what your needs were, how you're using it.
So I think we're going to be way above the minimum.
So we'll have to use the vans before we use the bus, it's just gonna be back.
The bus will be backup, or if in a situation where the dispatch has more than 5 people riding in one direction, we can use the van, bus will alternate.
And
And
whose recommendation is that? Is that from Pace, or is that what you guys?
We do the dispatching.
But I mean, who come up with keeping the one bus for backup? Whose idea?
Our office.
Your township.
Yeah, township.
And the police vans include maintenance also, so, the more you use them, we cover the maintenance on the vans,
Vans.
not the bus, not the bigger
Right,
bus.
right. So for $100 a month, they take care of all the maintenance, and it's $1,200 a year for the lease.
Where do the vans get stored?
It'll be
Outside.
our township building there, in the garage. In there. All right, any other questions? You want to go on to the blueprints real quick? All right, hey, do we have a copy of the prints? I asked Chris to be here to answer any questions about the prints, but I just wanted everybody to see what we're
In the middle
doing,
here?
how we're doing it. what we're coming up against. Here, and lay this right in the middle. A lot of prints, guys. Oh, you got them upside down. But Chris kind of indicated to me that they seem to be pretty clean. You've been going through them this whole week,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Tuesday, actually, I got Tuesday, so.
Yeah, Tuesday, I guess you did, yeah. So, I mean,
They look to be complete, you know, I mean, I was afraid that because they were pushing them to get them out a little bit, that they might, but they look
Go
good.
through them if you want.
I took a hard copy down to the city this afternoon, and so I gotta wrestle with them a little bit, I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Ron, did you have a chance to, run things by Denise and Debbie? I mean, as far as, what your
Space is probably the
needs
biggest
are.
thing.
As far as, your 3 offices,
Oh, in the prints here?
Sure.
Yeah, we did.
Everybody
Everything's
pretty
been-
much satisfied as what Dewberry.
That would be
wrote
on this page, right?
I pretty much, the way we did it in my office space, I kind of told
You did the
Dewberry what
space.
I was looking for.
Sure.
And Denise's, I said, Denise,
Is this you?
you laid out
This is
what
the
you
first
want to
page.
want to be.
This is the
Oh,
one
right,
from
right.
out.
Same thing with
That's
Debbie.
all
You
there.
guys are pretty
You
well.
pretty much said, this is the space you get, lay it out any way you want. And there's
So you're
still
happy
some
with that?
I am. And
little
then
tweaks here and there we're
if
gonna
we need,
actually,
we're gonna put early voting in this multi-purpose room right here.
Denise
and
wants to
it'll
bring
fit.
up the
Perfect.
counter height a little bit. I'm gonna close the door off where the door was now.
Okay.
Little
Is this
things like
good where it
that.
used to be?
Okay.
But other than that, I think
It's just extra storage.
Debbie is pretty happy with what
Mhm.
We finally finished.
finished out, what she's argued and got, what she wanted in hers.
The drawings are in for permit, so if there's any minor changes, like you were talking about your counter space, you'd like to alter that a little bit and stuff, that can be addressed through an addendum, so it's not gonna hold up the
No, and
project per se, you know.
And I did speak with Dewberry today,
Yeah,
and Daniel okayed that,
Okay.
and.
Okay.
I didn't mean to turn it on yet.
They're gonna send another drawing.
Yeah.
Because this is what I.
Where were
this is
you,
what I got
there?
from him.
No.
I got some copies. And we're just switching it around a little bit.
I have to do that to Dewberry, but I'm gonna change.
Only because I never saw it in 3D, and it really
Yeah.
is a whole lot
Yeah.
clearer
yeah.
in 3D
Can I see?
than anything else. So you really, when you're asking them, ask them to send it to you in 3D, because,
Nice like that, yeah.
yeah.
Like I say, you can get those blown up too if need be, you know.
So what are we looking at as a time frame
For what?
finish?
Moving in, I'm open Christmas.
Is this the?
I'm hoping Thanksgiving, but I probably Christmas.
The main thing's gonna be the elevator, right?
This is,
Yeah.
she's actually.
And are
In the
they,
bid I made?
Well, he's
Oh.
putting the package together.
This is gonna be
Yeah.
on this side. This is gonna
The elevator, the site work, and really, that's a long lead items. The other stuff will be the furniture, you know, that can be a long lead item at times, and, you know, the scope of work that I'm developing, I'm saying, any long lead items need to be identified and brought to our attention, so, you know, if possible, we gotta go back to Blueberry and say, hey, can we bring in a substitute for this as a, you know, like a Ford and a Chevy, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but we just gotta keep on it. They gonna, we just need to get, I need to get through the drawings, they said they'd have them the 15th. So I got the PDFs Friday afternoon, which is the 15th. So Tuesday, I got the actual drawings I've been working on. I need a few days just to go through stuff to make sure, like you guys, that as far as the structural, the A drawings and things like that, I can deal with that much I know, but as far as how you want your counters and that, I don't know. But to answer your question, then within the next, like I say, talking to the city, I already dropped off a set of plans for approval. I'm hoping 5 to 10 working days at the most. We'll have a pre-bid meeting. I can't really do a lot until I get the stamped drawings. So as soon as I get them, I'll have a pre-bid meeting, advertise for bid and go. Between now and then, if they come up and saying, giving me a lot of positive feedback, them being the city, saying things are looking pretty good, this and that, maybe a question here or there, then we can advertise for bid a little sooner, I'm hoping. Yeah, so, and then, After that, we issue the contracts, we go right around.
No, that's all through the city, like Keith Rooney, he's the one that's pretty much over there for that.
The lady I called today, I was waiting for a phone call, and she called me back, was, I got her card, I don't know. They told me she's in charge, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Keith Rooney works under her,
Okay.
from what the lady told me. over
It
there.
might be that girl Christiana was, and she left the city. I think they brought her.
I don't know,
Must be
yeah.
her, but- Okay.
So if she don't get if I don't get a hold of her, they wanted 2 additional sets of drawings. They're ready right now. I'll drop them off first thing in the morning, and I'll go down there personally and make sure I confront these guys, not confront them, but
Yeah.
get face to face with them so we get some answers. Right now, that's the big thing right now. That, and I still got a bunch of paperwork to do, but I'm in the process of that.
All right, so what do we need to,
You're good with how you're moving?
You know,
I finally got my front.
We could, I don't know if we need to approve these, I mean, or not, but I don't know. But we could approve them just as a thing, just to say, this is what we're wanting, this is, that we're happy with what we're doing, other than the addendums, the little changes here and there, but this will be the main gut of the building. Everybody's happy with it.
You got
Like I
four.
said.
You got 4 alternates. One is bringing city sewer and water in. Alternate 1 is water. Alternate 2 is bringing sewer in. Alternate 3 is what's 3?
Is that the
I
generator?
just wrote that down. 3 is a generator, I believe. I don't know what the hell the 4th is, but there's a few alternates, but nothing major. Everything I'm thinking should be within budget. Should be able to do the whole job.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that everyone's office is happy with the plans and that
That's what they
your
got right
needs
now.
will be,
Yeah, that's the way we kind of worked, the 3 of us. We all, like I said, been to all 3 meetings, although when we took the color designs and that, the 3 of us got together with their people. We talked about it as a team. We decided what the colors were, color scheme.
Everything's on those drawings. He's got the
Paint
color, the
is
paint,
easy, though.
everything, so.
Pink?
Huh?
paint.
Oh, paint.
Paint is easy.
Yeah, paint is easy. I know.
Yeah.
That's
Color
what
scheme is easy.
we did make everything
Space is the issue.
pretty
much everything is.
Space and functionality for me, so that's,
yeah, I don't think we have to approve these, I mean.
I don't think we really have.
No.
this approval. I just wanted you guys to be,
Yeah, right.
you brought up to speed as to where we are right now, how this is going, and this is where we're working forward, and now we're gonna go to, I mean, it's starting to go to town now, so hopefully things are gonna rock and roll.
Hopefully.
We're gonna pull ahead of that fire station and get it done before the fire station.
With any comments or anything you got, speak now, forever hold your peace. 'Cause you have an opportunity now to,
yeah, we can't knock out walls when it's all done.
Of course we can, but
I'm kidding.
it's not part of this project.
When's the fire station? But they're really going on that.
But I will have this set of prints up here at all times.
Really?
If anybody has a question, wants to look at things and figure it out, and see what's going on up here, you're always welcome.
What did they decide as far as, I know we had they had a kitchen in there, the full kitchen.
Let's keep
set.
that there.
I mean, is that, we're keeping it there? And we're
Oh, yeah.
Kitchens are fun.
Yeah, kitchen is, actually, the kitchen, nothing is being done to change anything, there's no construction work in there and that, it's a full-size kitchen,
Right.
and everybody that's gone through it with me, with the city, the fire, and everybody said, you don't
I
have to
love
change
kitchens.
anything.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fire suppression system's up to grade, everything's up to grade, they said, boy, these
Well,
guys,
there's some work being done in the fire suppression system,
in that kitchen,
but I don't know about the kitchen, but
No,
there's
yeah.
to the building.
to the building, yeah, there is some.
It's not major.
No, they're changing like the fire, the sprinkler systems, where walls are going out, now they gotta add a few, or they're moving them around. There is some movement of the fire suppression system, but
Sure.
not in the kitchen, And one big one over the stove, burners and that's staying. All right, I guess, unless you want to look through or some more, we can go,
Is everybody
we can,
happy?
well, I don't know if I don't want to adjourn the meeting. We'll recess it or go downstairs. We'll move the meeting downstairs.
I'm not, so.
All right,
Okay,
thank you, Chris.
Chris.
Then we'll come back up here and adjourn it after we look at this vehicle.
John doesn't have to come back.
Sounds good.
Yes, it does.
Exercise.
To adjourn?
Recess it now, right?
Okay, why don't we recess this here to be,
I'll make that motion. Okay, motion to
Second.
recess, second recess.
we'll reconvene downstairs in the parking lot.
Thank you.